Hey there everybody, thank you for joining me today. I recently picked up this Akaso EK7000 Pro from eBay, and I got it as an open box model, and I got it significantly cheaper than what you'd pick it up at Amazon, which the going price right now in Canada is roughly $120 Canadian. I picked this up for $72. It was an open box model and free shipping. I thought I'd take a chance and see what this camera was like. Having said that, all the videos I researched on YouTube were pretty much unboxing videos of this camera. There were very few videos that actually showed the footage of the camera. And the footage I did see wasn't that great. But you know, having said that, all the reviews on Amazon, or the majority of them, seem to be positive for this camera. So since I got the camera at a very cheap price, I thought, why not? I need to add another action camera. I have a few older Activon CX30s that I still use, which I find are pretty good as well, and they still hold up. And I also do have an SJ-Cam M10. It's also 1080. So this is the first 4K camera. Mind you, it's not a native 4K, and to tell you the truth, I don't even shoot in 4K because it's just too much of a hassle editing it with the computer I have available to me. So having said that, I've shot this at 1080p. It's a very overcast day. It is late April, and the weather's been like this for a bit. We actually got snow overnight. But it is what it is, and I thought I'd see what the camera does on this overcast day. I've got it set at 1080p, 30 frames per second. I have the image stabilization on, and it is in the car right now with its waterproof housing. The waterproof housing really mutes the microphone. You can barely hear. I have a radio playing during this video, and when I played it back, you couldn't even really hear the radio. You could hear a little bit of road noise basically, but audio will not pick up with the casing on to acceptable levels if you're using it as to speak into or something like that. Which, in contrast with my Activon CX models that I have, those cameras in the case picked up audio fairly well. Actually, I was surprised with those ones. But the microphone, I guess, on this camera isn't as strong, which isn't a big deal. You know, you can just dub in your audio if you're looking to add audio to your video as far as vlogging, that sort of thing. So having said that, overall, I mean, the quality, again, it's a very overcast day. I'd like to test this on a nice sunny day, see how the camera works there. I think that as, like, for example, you're watching here, as a dash cam example, it's fairly acceptable. I don't I mean, it's got a very wide angle view, and it doesn't what I did notice about this is, even at its widest 170 degree angle, you don't get much distortion. There's not much fisheye effect, which is good unless you're looking for a fisheye effect. Again, I'm going to go back to the cameras I do have. The SJ-Cam M10, it has quite a bit of fisheye effect, a very wide angle as well. And the Activon CX30, which during the time I've been using that for years, I never even thought it had any real fisheye effect, but it actually does have a little bit of distortion. Whereas this one, it's just at the widest angle, you don't really see that. It's it's pretty good in that regard if you're not looking for a fish angle effect. So overall, I think during the day, I mean, it's overcast, I've said so many times now, but I think the quality is acceptable, you know, especially for the price. And I'm sure this camera will start to go down. It's a few years old now. But following that, we go to the nighttime footage, and that is a totally different story. And here we are, and what else can I say? The nighttime footage isn't very good. It picks up, I mean, it's still in its case. I haven't changed any of the settings from when I was heading into work during the day when I first shot that earlier footage. It's, I don't know, maybe I could adjust the exposure level. That might help it, but really, I mean, this isn't meant to be used for this kind of thing. I just wanted to put it in here, and actually for myself, I wanted to test it out, see how it performed. It's really not that good. You can't. I mean, it seems to. Well, one thing is, as you'll see, the street lights are. It's also putting glare on the windshield, so then you're getting all those kind of reflections off of it. I don't know if I can blame it on the camera, or is it just my dirty windshield? I don't know. But in the city right now with the street lights, this is probably the best this camera would do as far as nighttime to be able to see what's going on outside. But as you see, when I leave the city limits and go out onto the highway where there's hardly any lighting, then it becomes complete blackness, basically. I mean, I guess if you got nothing else, and you know, it still provides you with something if you ever needed it, in case you had an accident or something like that, you could. But you're not going to get anyone's license plate or any kind of important information like that out of this camera. It's just not built for using at night. I mean, it seems even darker than it actually was. And again, I could probably tweak some of the settings, the exposure settings, and maybe get it better, and maybe take it out of the case, the waterproof case, and then I guess I should have cleaned the windshield better. But honestly, when I was driving, I couldn't even see any of these spots. So I think all those little spots you see on the windshield are, I guess and the street lights hitting it is what the camera basically picks up. So we're just about near the exit here of the city. I'm going to go into the highway in a little bit, and I'm just going to. Then you'll see. I actually come up upon a police cruiser who had pulled over a speeder, and obviously, when you're driving it, as you're viewing it with your own eyes, you can tell what's ahead, you know. But with this camera, you can't even really see the blue and the red lights of the cop as you're getting close. It's just big flashes of light, which is white. You can't even distinguish it. So that's how poor this thing performs. There you just saw I don't know if you saw the street sign there, or the highway sign as I'm making the entrance ramp or the exit ramp here. But yeah, it is what it is. It's not meant for this again. But anyway, this is what you can expect if you're planning on using this at night with the case and behind your car windshield. So let's just watch and see how this thing does. Okay, so this is finishing up now on this nighttime test, but this is the part I want to show you. So right there on the left, I could visibly see this guy with my eyes. See the flashing? That's obviously a cop pulled over a speeder, and you can see it plain as day for a long ways. But with this camera, you can't even make out really what that is. It's just a flashing white light. You can't even really distinguish the colors, which speaks volumes as far as how good this camera, or how bad this camera actually works. See, we're passing it now. How this works as a nighttime cam, it's pretty bad. But anyway, at least you know, and I wanted to see how that how it performed. Obviously during the day it's not bad. I'm gonna use it and test it again on better sunny conditions, and I'm sure it'll be good enough quality to use. But as far as nighttime video, you might as well forget about it. It's just very poor quality. Anyway, that is it. I hope that you found this helpful in regards to whether or not you should pick this camera up. It has a lot of limitations, but it's still, for if you can get it for cheap, it'll do a decent job during normal daytime hours. So thanks again for watching. I hope that you found this useful. As I said, I couldn't find anything conclusive as far as video footage for the Akaso EK7000 Pro. Do I recommend it? Yeah, if you can get it cheap, why not? It's a touchscreen. The touchscreen really helps with the camera's functionality. But other than that, it's a budget camera. Keep that in mind. And so that's it. Thanks for watching. You all have a good day.